40 of the days of our Easter journey have come and gone. We celebrate on Sunday the Ascension of the Lord, a very poignant moment in these Easter days on the way to Pentecost. In many ways, the Ascension is a time of loss, poignant and powerful, but not the kind that warms our hearts, rather the kind of encounter that leaves us staring at the heavens and wondering if we'll ever see him again. And in this, we find something of the whole Easter journey that started with the loss of Jesus' death and passion. But even in the days of his appearing, of his messages, of his communication, when they found him at the seashore, walked with him to Emmaus, where he joined them in the upper room, these were moments still filled with doubt, still filled with loss, still filled with pain, still clinging to the old life that they had with Jesus. And there's something in these Easter days that invite us to recognize the place that loss and absence, that vulnerability have in love. That love maybe is primarily about connection and presence. And Jesus had grown in a relationship of love with the 12. That Jesus had spent time with them and eaten with them and talked with them and laughed with them. And they'd come to love him, but they also had many misunderstandings. Many times they projected onto him what they expected. They didn't come to know him. They didn't appreciate him. There was a certain loss of what Jesus brought in the translation of their encounters. But now in loss, maybe they appreciate more what the gift had been. And they open their hearts more to what love could be. And that's the work of these Easter days, as we move from the old life to the new life that's given in Pentecost. This loss, this pain, this absence doesn't have to lead to love, right? Sometimes loss and absence just lead to bitterness and despair. But Jesus, maybe if Jesus had left the tomb and gone straight to the Father, they wouldn't have been able to handle it. And they had this period, we have this period in our lives in order to unpack what is the loss, what is the love, so that we can appreciate fully the new life that is given to us in Pentecost. The apostles did. They grew in that new life that was given to them. And we're invited, maybe in a very special way, to do the same. To recognize in loss what we didn't recognize in presence, what familiarity blinded us to, what our projections and our own expectations blinded us to. In a moment of loss and pain, in those vulnerable moments that are ours, and in the process that helps us to unpack those and find love, that in that Easter journey, the Paschal mystery, that we're almost through celebrating this year, but we'll continue to celebrate through our lives, this finding love in loss, so that when the Spirit of God brings us the fullness of life, like the 12, we can appreciate that new life in a new way, that God can fill us and flood us with his Spirit, with his life, in ways that we haven't even yet been able to imagine, in ways that Peter wouldn't have ever been able to guess. But in these 40 days, now in Jesus' ascension, in the emptiness of his heart, he recognizes the love that he longs for. And that longing allows him to accept the gift of the Holy Spirit. Jesus had been trying to send his Spirit upon them. We find many gospel stories. But that now, because of these 40 days, because of the Easter journey, because of the Paschal mystery, because love is also found in longing and loss, in emptiness, Peter, the other apostles, you and I might be more ready to receive the new life, God's love that is given to us.
Mi Señor.